So, my name's Adam, this is my son Nathan. This is his 1983 Nissan 720.
King Cab,
Yep.
4x4.
It is a four-wheel drive, four-cylinder, and we're here to tell you, I guess,
What makes it factory? That's the award we're going for. As you can see, she's factory.
Nathan actually picked it out about 2 years ago. He's 14 years old, and he found it, and we went and test drove it. You can start that again. And it wasn't in good shape. It's still not. Had a lot of rust, and but it drove. It smoked a bit, and I'm pretty sure when we brought it home, I already knew it had a leak in the cylinder head, or a blown head gasket or something. So yeah, we test drove it. We did buy it, went and got it the next day. Me and my wife went up to get it. She followed me home, and that's where she got her nickname, the Red Dragon, because it just barfed black smoke the entire way. But it did make it home, and Nate and I have been working on it, you know, every so often as we have time on the weekends, and now she's kind of back up and running.
So, welcome to the exterior of my 1983 720. What we got here is the good old non-factory two-tone, tan and red. The red has been repainted, but it's close enough to the original. We didn't repaint it. That was the previous owner's fault. It's been oversprayed in a few places, as you'd expect, from probably backyard rattle can paint job. Looks half decent though. So these doors are from a 85 single cab, slightly newer model. They fit just perfectly though. So what have we done mechanically exactly? Well, first of all, we had to change out the locks to accept the keys that I had. We swapped the door with the old doors and stuff. And these trucks are known for having a bit of door droop, so we replaced the hinges, even though these ones are newer. These doors are. So we replaced the door hinges. Now she closes just fine, and just with a little bit of a slam. And about the older fenders and doors, there will be a picture up here somewhere showing off the right-hand door, the right-hand door, and just how bad the big old dent was. Surprising, or funny fact though, that window actually worked better than the driver's side. Now both of them work just as good, but yeah, I believe that will about do it with the paneling on this one-of-a-kind 720. So, welcome to the rear end of my 720. This is, well, there's not much here as you can see. The plan with this is to build a military-style, like, trailer-ish from, obviously, military. But to make it a bit shorter so it'll fit the 6.5-foot bed instead of being 8 feet long. And we're just going to custom build it out of tube steel and sheet metal because I can't quite afford to just chop up a trailer. So next off, this bumper, it's not from this truck either. The old one's over there somewhere, and it has about 3.2 million holes in it. Rust holes. Yeah, this one hangs a bit low because it's from a two-wheel drive, but it'll look fine. Yeah, and these, don't worry, these taillights are not going to stay like this. We'll figure out a more legal way to have lights. And last but not least, can't really see it from back there, but there's a new cross member in there because she was rotted through. As you know, as most vehicles from this age and in this part of the country. So, yeah, I think that'll about do it for the rear end of this truck. So, welcome to the interior of my 1983 720. As you can see, there's no seats because they're off getting reupholstered because they had a bunch of holes in them. So, for temporary uses, I've got the skid plate from under the truck. It's got the same seating position just about, it's fine. And this license plate is here for covering some not very good cuts in the new new vinyl that we have here. And though this floor may look perfect and no holes in it and stuff, trust me, it did not used to be that way. On that side, we had quite a few holes, which we patched with washing machine parts and self-tapping screws. And on this side, we've got license plates under there, also with self-tapping screws and rivets. And as you can see, this shifter boot is not quite factory original. The old one was, looked like a cat tried to eat it. This truck's also got brand new radio with a custom built back plate. The old one was a little far gone. And this is a microphone for Bluetooth and hands-free in case I want to use that. And up here to the dashboard, every one of these gauges worked except for the fuel and tachometer. But now the fuel gauge works and we still have yet to figure out the tach. So, moving on. How about I show you what this baby's packing? Alright, so welcome to the engine bay of my 1983 Nissan 720. What we got here is a entirely rebuilt 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. And for a better look at it, there should be a picture up here somewhere. So what we did to this was we pulled it out with a ratchet strap and a winch attached to the garage roof. A picture shown here. After it was out, we put it on an engine stand and continued to tear apart what we had torn apart already. As soon as it was entirely torn apart, we cleaned it up, got all the oil off of it. It's amazing what you do, or what can happen when you change or when you clean a motor. It can turn from one color to another. Did you know that? Went from black to blue. So after we did that, we masked off everything. There's a picture up here of what the motor looked like before we painted it in its original like navy blue color. And here is the after picture in its glorious Ford tractor blue, because I liked it and it was the cheapest. And not too long after, we started testing the head to see if it had any cracks in it, because it no doubt had a blown head gasket. That's why we tore it apart in the first place. So after further examination, she was cracked and we needed to get a new head. So originally we were just going to get the head core, like just the head with no valves or springs in it, no cam, just put the old cam and stuff in it. But not going to name the company, but they kind of sent us a head for a Mitsubishi 2.8 liter. They don't fit. I don't know if they know that. So we sent it back, and we just ended up getting the fully built head with new valves, new springs, new cam. And we plopped that on our freshly painted motor, and after that was put on there, we plopped on this performance header, and there's no exhaust behind it, no muffler, no nothing. So when I fire this thing up, beware headphone users. And another thing we did was rebuilt, or had this power steering pump rebuilt, because the old one literally leaked itself dry on the way home. It's got a new water pump in it. The old one was also leaking. It's got a performance air cleaner on it, because that's what you need with a 37-year-old Japanese mini truck. And she's also had the EGR delete, sketchy stuff deleted from the early 80s, because you don't need that nowadays. This thing's an antique. I mean, according to law, it really isn't. 37 years old, that's not that old. She runs like brand new. Trust me, you'll hear it. How about we go fire her up?
So, anyway, in the International Coronavirus car show thing,
International Quarantine Car Show.
I was close. You know, this is the. That's not going right.
We're going for the factory category.
We feel this is the most factory one out there. So anyway,
It's about the middle.
I think the big thing for me in building this truck with Nate is it gave us a lot of time to spend together. I haven't always been a real car guy, and I don't know a whole lot about them, but we've learned a lot as we've done it, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is my first truck, so I'm extremely proud of it. The fact that it even runs is surprising.
This is true. This was the cheapest running vehicle we could find on Craigslist, so there
With
you have
four-wheel
it.
drive.
Vote for the 720.
Woo!